Hello everyone, in this video we're going to have a quick look at what's new in this latest update. So let's get started with the big feature, which is the very first boss fight. So you can find it here, boss room. So it's more than just the boss itself, so it's an entire environment. Now the environment is not for looks really, it's more about the mechanics it contains. So this boss fight is more than just a strong dude with different moves. There's several mechanics linked to it. So I'm going to show you how all of this works. So yeah, let's have a look. So we're starting off with the typical, door you enter, and then you're closed in with the boss, so you can't escape. You have to beat him first. So right now, I turned off damage on the boss, so he's not actually doing any damage. So this is something else that's new. He'll evade us if he takes too many hits. That's not using health or anything like that. It's literally hits. It's a tiny new system I've attached, which I'll show you in a bit as well. Yes, he's a bit tanky right now, maybe a bit too tanky, but you can change all of that. And he has a lot of unblockable moves, to be honest. But yeah, you can change all of that. I'll show you how it all works, just so you can get a grasp of how it works, and then you can change it all. Come on, take those hits, please. There we go. Cool. So this is the first new phase. So he'll stay back. He's invincible, untouchable right now, and he'll summon minions to fight for him. This required a new instruction for the group manager as well. The group manager has been updated as well to bug fix, but also the new instruction allows you to basically rescan the available enemies in a room, or in his space. So if you instantiate new enemies, for example, you can rescan and make sure that the list is properly updated. Cool. Let's kill him. These guys do damage, so I need to make sure I don't die here. There we go. I actually did die the first recording with just them, so that's why I'm saying it. There we go. So he comes back, rejoins the fight, and then we have the second phase. Now, I'm not going to show you it all because, as you can see, he's a bit tanky, so it takes a while. But I did want to show you a bit how it all works. So first off, we've got the actual room, which has phases. So those phases basically, well, he dies, then he takes too much damage. He goes here, and summons the rest, and we've got the rest here as well. So those are those phases basically. Deaths is just a counter for the amount of enemies that die before he re-triggers the coming back into the fight. And then we've got a bunch of, this is literally all just for the special effects, so them dissolving back into the scene. It's literally just for visuals, nothing else. And most of it here is also for that. This is the new instruction. So this is rescan the enemy manager, so it will reevaluate everyone that is in its scope. Normally it does that at the start of the scene, but if you want to instantiate enemies, for example, or temporarily deactivate them, like I did with the boss when he goes to his platform, you can rescan everyone that is actually applicable for our enemy manager. That one is here, as you can see. This is the enemy manager for the boss room. So yeah, that's all really cool. So what's new on the boss itself? So outside of obviously a new behavior graph, which I'll show in a bit, we've got this melee damage. Now, if you ever used Melee 1 in Game Creator 1, this is basically how Poise worked in Melee 1. In Melee 2, Poise works per attack, and this is a general system. So basically the way it works, on the, where are we? The melee for, not the boss, but the player. So on the clips, on the skills, the player will subtract a hit. You can have heavy attacks to 2 hits, for example, if you want. But basically, we'll apply a hit. Then on the character, it applies the hit to, so you can have this to all characters, of course. It will then subtract 1. You can set the total amount anyway, so that's the max hit value, is now 5. You can set that to whatever you want. And then the recovery rate is the rate at which it refills, basically. So that way, it will always refill at a certain rate. But yeah, it's basically in order to, it's kind of like how Poise used to work before. So depending on a certain amount of hits, consecutively, we can have him do something else. So not everything is always health based. So the way it works is in the behavior. Let's pop that open. No, the boss. So in the behavior, this is really similar to the normal enemy one. It's actually quite a bit smaller. The only thing that is bigger is the phases. So yeah, have a look at this. There's nothing really all that special. This is just the teleportation, some gestures, that he goes into the state where he's kneeled down. This is mostly animation stuff, really. It's not really that much else. But yeah, have a look. So basically, it works on health. That's basically how it works. So yeah, pretty straightforward once you have a look at it. But let's have a look at the melee damage part. So these are all the attacks. So as you can see, he has 5 different attacks. I added a simple wait 1 second, so you sometimes have a little breather. It's really not much a second, but it does give you a little break from time to time. I've got 2 unstoppable attacks, and that seems like a bit much, which is why I have him do the whole gesture first. He either shouts out or like slashes his stomach, just so you can be prepared for him doing the unstoppable attack. So it does give you time to actually evade it, which I thought was fair. But it selects at random, so if you think they happen too much, just duplicate some of the other ones and they'll happen less often. It's really that simple. But the important part here is the damage thing. So basically, under melee, you'll have a new compare current damage value, and then if it's less than 3, for example, so he took 3 hits or 4 almost, like in 3 hits actually in a couple of seconds, he'll then become invincible just for a bit, and he'll do the dodge backwards, just so he doesn't become a sponge that just constantly takes hits. He can recover as well, basically. And then at the end of this, I actually set it back to 5 straight away. So I'm the one who, I actually set it back to its full value. So that's pretty much how it works. And then here the other one, of course, requires that it's more or equal to 3 to execute. And yeah, that's basically how it works. So yeah, pretty straightforward actually. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. That's pretty much it actually. So yeah, have a look at the boss room. I'm really happy with this. It's a quite common mechanic, the multiple phases, the bigger, tankier boss that has more difficult moves. But I thought it was really cool to add the phases, have some minions spawn in, and it required me to have expand the manager system a bit, add something else new. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. That's pretty much it for this update. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.